If you're looking to hit six figures as a photographer, filmmaker, or social media manager in the brand or in the wedding space, we are so glad you're here today.
Yes.
This is going to be an awesome episode. And the reason for that is because so much of the creative industry is hush, hush. Don't share pricing, not sharing what the offers that are actually working, how they're getting leads, what is working to really build the momentum in people's businesses. A lot of creatives don't share that stuff. It feels like trade secrets. And that's one of the reasons why we started this podcast, guys, 6 years ago. And today is going to be a great example of just another episode where we're trying to break down the walls between what is working right now and what you might not know about, and how you can really merge those two and start building a better six-figure business, which is really fun. So what we're going to be doing that's really interesting in this video, we've never actually done a podcast like this. We're going to be breaking down 10 different six-figure businesses, six-figure and multiple six-figure businesses. And we're going to be breaking down really what is unique about them. What is one or two things that each of these people, each of these businesses is doing that is setting them apart? Because here's the good news, guys. If you want to hit six figures or multiple six figures as a self-employed creator, as a photographer, a filmmaker, or social media manager, it's possible.
Yeah,
it's super
absolutely
possible. Christy and I had our first ever $100,000 month in February of 2025, earlier this year. If we can do that, you can figure out how to make $8,333 a month, which is the six-figure run rate. If you can make that every month, you'll hit six figures. And so if you're stuck at $10,000, $50,000, $75,000 a year, the truth is, it's probably not that your work needs to be better. It might not even be that you need to work harder. It's about working hard on the right things for the right amount of time in the right way. And each of these businesses we're going to be breaking down is going to talk about that, which is really cool.
Absolutely. There's just nothing worse than feeling like you're working really hard. You're like grinding, you're hustling, and you're getting very mediocre results. And that usually has nothing to do with the creative side of your business. It's everything to do with the business strategy side of your business. And that's something that we love talking about here at Creativ Rise. We literally were just in Canada at the end of July doing an in-person workshop called the Six Figure Creator Live event. It was so fun. And we just talked so much about business strategy. At the end, we had so many people coming up to us being like, what the heck? That was like the most valuable hour of my life. Like, how did I not know any of this stuff? And fun fact too, we ran a similar workshop to this about 8 months ago. And it's just
There's
crazy.
Hundreds of you guys
hundreds
there.
of people there.
I think it was in January. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. And we talked so much about building to get to 10K months, building to six-figure businesses in the creative space, whether you're in the wedding or the brand side. And we got the same exact feedback. So we said, you know what? Let's run it back again. And except we're going to make it even better. New stuff. It's going to be awesome. So you guys, first time announcing, we are running the 10K Creator Workshop this September 3rd. So September 3rd at 4:30 p.m. PST, we are running the the 10K
per month Creator
Workshop. And it's going to be an absolute blast.
It's going to be so epic. We are going to be getting a couple hundred of you guys on Zoom. We only have, 150 spots on our Zoom account. So 150 you guys on Zoom. And what we're going to be focusing on is helping expose to you more of what we're going to be talking about today, but even deeper, showing you a lot of visual examples and even doing some Q&A and bringing on some fun guests that we're actually going to be talking maybe about a few of them today. They're going to be jumping on as well and teaching you what is really working right now as photographers, filmmakers, and social media managers in the brand and wedding space to build to 10K per month as a creator, which is really cool.
It's totally free.
It's totally free.
It's completely
Best news
free.
is totally free.
So we would love to see you there. So how can you claim one of the 150 spots? Go to creativrise.com/workshop, or you can just go to the show notes. We'll put the link in there. You can jump on over, claim your spot, or you can DM us at Creativ Rise, hit 10K, and we'll send you the link to register there as well.
Can't wait, guys. It's going to be awesome. That's like, we are going to give our all for that workshop. Every time we do one of these workshops, if you have not been on one of our workshops before, it is like months of preparation on the content to really make sure we can deliver the best value possible for you. So excited. Anyways, guys, let's jump on into the 10 businesses. So business number one is actually in the content agency space. I want to introduce you to Owen Rossi, who is the founder of Native Release, a content agency based out of Missoula, Montana. Now, they're doing about $20,000 plus a month right now in retainer recurring contracts. He doesn't have to guess if there's work next month. He actually has contracts signed, whether the 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month contract signed with his clients, which is incredible. It gives his business a lot of stability. But what Owen is doing very uniquely, and what I want you to consider, is he's not just selling organic social content for direct-to-consumer brands. Owen is also he has built, and he's consistently building his skills on the paid advertising side of the content industry. Now, he's not running paid ads for them, but what he's doing is he's working with teams that are running direct-to-consumer brands, paid ads, And what he's doing is he's helping them develop the content, because when you really get into the content world and if you get really dialed in, you'll realize that paid advertising content brands shoot and use is actually different than organic content. And the quicker you realize that, and the quicker you start to learn how the paid ads world works and what content performs the best, the faster you can be like Owen and start selling $3,500 to $6,000 monthly retainer recurring packages to give brands all their paid advertising content for the month. And you end up stacking those clients and your business can go really quick. So lesson here, when everybody is focused on one thing like organic content, look to where brands are actually putting most of their advertising budget and look to be useful and to be an asset in that area of their business. Just like Owen, he's chosen to help brands with their paid advertising content strategy and content every single month, and it's paying off big time.
The second business we're going to be talking about is in the wedding space. Now, most wedding photographers and videographers really struggle with lead generation. That's one of the most common complaints from people in this industry is they're going, my inbox is empty, or maybe I'm just waiting for referrals. It feels like my business is really reactive. I don't know how to actually create inquiries for myself. Now, that is not the problem with Hayley Zumkeller from Vancouver Island in Canada. She is a wedding photographer and videographer, and she has a fully booked out calendar. She's got a multiple six-figure wedding business. And how does she get all of these leads and inquiries of ideal clients? Well, she does it through a simple social funnel. She literally spends $5 a day on ads, and it fills her entire calendar for the next year. And you might be thinking, okay, ads, bringing in ads, people for ads, that's going to be cheap. They're not going to be ideal clients. That's not the case with Hayley. She has directed her ads towards specific people. She's also created content that literally attracts her ideal client, people that are spending 5 figures and above on their wedding packages, and she's selling them like clockwork. So she does this in an incredible way. Her ads are often not just pointing to her website, but they're actually pointing to some really cool guides that she's created. Like she has a vendor list that she gives out in Vancouver, Canada, talking about who are the top vendors that they can also partner with in addition to her. She has really thought through her ideal clients and how she can attract them. And again, for $5 a day. So the lesson here is if you feel like you're not getting inquiries, if you feel like you have no control over when and how you get them, build something as simple as what Hayley is doing, $5 a day in ads with content that is directed towards your ideal client, and you'll start seeing results.
Business number 3 is actually in the brand building industry. They are brand designers and web designers. I want to introduce you to Becca and Marcello, who are from Southern California, and they have an awesome business called Studio Atelier. And one of the things that they offer at Studio Atelier is a process called Brand by Friday. Now, what's really interesting about this is that Becca and Marcello are booked out months and months and months in advance. If you want to work with them and have them design your website or design your logo, you actually have to get on a wait list. How nice would that be for your business, right? Here's the key though. People that have wait lists in their business, people that are booked out months in advance, they are known for something and they're known for a process. So what's really interesting, and the lesson here is that Becca and Marcello, when they came time to really want to ramp up their business, I remember having this conversation with them. We talked about how they need to coin a process and they need to make it repeatable and sell that offer over and over and over again and make it really, really valuable. And because they did that, their process is called Brand by Friday. You start with them on Monday. They do all the discovery work with you on Monday. And by Friday, you have a totally new brand, new look, new feel, new colors, fonts, logos. And by Friday, you have a fully brand new launch brand and website. 5 days. It's a really, really cool product that Becca and Marcello at Studio Atelier sell. And the lesson here, just to wrap this up, is that it's really, really important to become known for something and to have an offer that is not only something you can become known for, but something that's super repeatable. When an offer can become repeatable, you can master not only fulfilling it, but you can also master selling it. And that is what's going to end up building a wait list where people are going, I want to work with you.
The fourth business I want to talk about is in the social media management space. Now, this is my personal favorite business right now for creatives to build because it has a low barrier to entry and a ton of people who need your service. So I want to introduce you to Madison Tremblay. She built her social media management business this last year. She's from California, and she jumped into the Creativ Rise Mastermind while she was actually still at a 9-to-5 that she wanted to get out of. She actually built a 6-figure business in 6 weeks, which is incredible. And how she did this was she got super clear on her offer. For around $3,000 a month, Madison can be hired to come in, shoot your content, edit your content, and post your content in a strategic way for $3,000 a month. She focuses on service-based professionals like people in the real estate business, people, lawyers, all of these things, service-based professionals who have no idea what they're doing on social media. And she comes in and completely overhauls it and runs it for them. It's a completely done for you experience for around $3,000 a month. She's currently at $17,000 a month. Madison is absolutely killing it. So, lesson here, if you want something that you can enter into quickly, that you can scale really quickly, we highly recommend the social media management space and having a very clear offer and targeting a lot of service-based business owners who need what you can do.
Business number 5 is actually in the photo and video space in the brand world. I want to shout out all the way down from Australia, Dagan Prescott, who is a photographer and filmmaker in the brand space. And what's really interesting about Dagan, when we met Dagan, he actually was sleeping in a tent. Now he's working with dream clients like North Face and Arc'teryx and doing deals that are like $10,000, $12,000 per project. And what's really interesting and what the lesson in this is that Dagan has not only got ridiculously good at the work he does, most importantly, he's gotten really, really intentional about how what he shoots. If he's shooting a 30-image campaign, he's actually focused so much on the pre-work, the discovery work, asking a brand and really strategically working with a brand on where are you going to use your images? How many hero images do we need? How many vertical versus horizontal? How many images with white space for text do you need because you're going to be using it as a web header? Like, he has gotten so ridiculously obsessed with working with brands in a way where he's going, where are all of these content pieces going to fit in your funnel to help you guys grow your brand and sell more products? And how can I maximize that on a shoot day? He's not just rocking up going, I'm a photographer, I feel like I'm talented, and let me shoot whatever I want. He's getting super, super strategic, and brands love him for this. So here's the lesson, guys. Your photos are not just photos, they are sales assets, and the quicker you can start working with brands on the strategy side to figure out where in their funnels these photo assets or video assets are actually going to live, the more brands are going to want to work with you.
The 6th business I want to talk about is in the wedding space. This one is super exciting, and it's actually pretty cutting edge for people to be able to add upsells to continue to increase the actual value of a customer without having to do a ton more hours or anything like that with your packages. So I want to introduce you to Daria and Luis, Daybreak Studios up in Canada. They are an incredible team who does both photo and video professionally for weddings, and they started to add content creation to their packages. What this has done, it has taken them from these like more 4-figure deals to $12,000 to $14,000 per wedding because they added content creation. Now, if you're wondering what content creation is, it is where you bring an iPhone to your wedding and you shoot a ton of BTS. It's much more just organic feel than a professional video, and it adds a ton of value to a client because, one, you can instantly deliver it, which is some instant gratification for their clients. They can then take that raw footage and be able to edit it themselves, share it with friends and family. It's an incredible offer that I really think that most people should add to their wedding packages, whether you're a photographer or a filmmaker professionally. Adding wedding content creation is a game changer. Or if you want to develop a business completely on its own for content creation, you can do that as well. But it is a great upsell to be able to lift the amount that you are charging for your packages in a way that brings a lot of value to the customer without having to add on more hours.
Business number 7 is actually in the photo and video space, but on the B2B side. Now, B2B stands for business to business business. You're selling to other businesses. I want to introduce you to Lucas Mann. His Instagram handle is ExploroMan. He's actually known digitally for being a mountaineer. He's known for being an incredible outdoors photographer, and he's got a big social following around climbing in the mountains and working with really cool outdoors brands. But he also has a massive business hitting things like $45,000 months, and a lot of it's recurring work because he is focused on servicing clients with photo and video in the business to business space. So Lucas is working with companies in the construction world, in the custom home building world, in the agricultural world, in the manufacturing world. And what's really unique about this is most creatives are not looking to go pitch a bunch of B2B businesses. So there's a huge gap in the B2B market. But here's the deal. B2B companies also make a ridiculous amount of money. And if you can help them sell more, they're going to be willing to pay you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month on retainer, which is exactly what Lucas is doing. So lesson here, do not shy away from the B2B world, the business to business world. Go figure out how you can solve some content problems in there, and you're going to start having massive months just like Lucas.
The 8th business that I want to talk about is in the personal branding space. I want to introduce you to Kelsey Hartel from Heart House Creative. She serves women entrepreneurs who need content that will convert their clients online. So she does professional photography as well as iPhone content for these people in their business. But what Kelsey does specifically really, really well is she focuses on recurring clients. So it's not just, hey, you work with one business 1 month and you just hope they ask you to shoot them again in the next following months. She actually goes, hey, let's book 4 times a year, so once a quarter, we're going to get together and strategize your next quarter of content. We're going to shoot it all in one day, and then we're going to deliver it. She's doing it for $27.50, and this is an incredible offer for her to be able to stack, have recurring clients, and also meet with them 4 times a year in order to strategize and give them incredible content. So Kelsey is doing an awesome job by utilizing the recurring revenue model in her personal branding photography business.
Business number 9 is in the video agency space. I want to introduce you to Michaela and Hunter from Northern California, who run Sweet Spot Film Co., and they are killing it right now, $20,000 months, and they're focusing on a couple core offers. One of the things that Michaela and Hunter said they made the biggest shift in when they first started their business to where they're at now is instead of offering everything, getting ridiculously good at fulfilling and offering a few select things that really move the needle and solve problems for people. So one of those things that I want to encourage you to consider right now is something called a headlining film. A headlining film is a 60 to 90 second film that you shoot that tells the story of a business, who they work with, how they solve problems for their customers. And this headlining film is built to live in the headliner, the header of a website. It's built to live in the footers of all the company emails. It's built to be all over their social media. And here's the best part. When you sell a headlining film for like $10,000 to $15,000, you're not only selling a 16:9 film, you're also selling like probably 30 to 40 photos from the shoot day. And you're probably also then cutting a bunch of snips from the headlining video into like 10 to 15 reels that can then go out on social media, and you can package this for like $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 depending on the scale and the size of the business and what they do to make money. So headlining films are phenomenal offers. The lesson here is really look at what does it look like to use your skills to help position businesses to tell their stories really, really well. Michaela and Hunter are phenomenal examples of this, and it's helping them grow their business really quick.
And last but certainly not least, our 10th business is from the brand space. I want to introduce you to Matt Ortlieb from Ontario, Canada. He just hit a $40,000 month by working with businesses in his area. And what he's doing to get these recurring clients on a regular basis is not by asking them to marry him on the first date. I'm sure many of you guys, if you want to work with clients on a recurring basis, you run into the problem of not having a lot of trust or experience working with them and asking them to jump on a maybe 6-month retainer package with you, and it seems to fall flat. Matt saw that and decided to make a change, and so he right now is offering not just a random one-off, but a pinned post package for clients he wants to get on a recurring offer. So this low commitment package, this one-time package, he will set up 3 pinned posts that will live at the top of their Instagram and will continue to convert them over and over and over again. This package is incredible. It's around $4,000 to be able to book this with Matt, and it also then leads to a great conversation of him being able to go on to produce content for them on a monthly basis. Again, he just hit a $40,000 month doing this, and it is incredible. So way to go, Matt. So the lesson here is, how do you not ask someone to marry you on the first date, but give them an incredible offer that they cannot refuse on the first round so that you can then build trust and sell them on a recurring basis after that. So it's pretty obvious that these business owners put a lot of time, intentionality into their business to create building a life that they love. And we are so just like switched on to helping creatives build those types of businesses for themselves, to focus not just on the creative side, but on the business side as well, because we found that that's what's really life-changing. So if you're a creative who's stuck and you're struggling with attracting, nurturing, selling your like actual ideal clients, we've got something for you.
Yeah, guys, super exciting. So first of all, hope you are going to be coming to the 10K per month creator workshop. That is going to be incredible. But other than that, we also got some great news, because just after that workshop goes down, a couple days later, we are actually going to be opening up applications for the next round 14 of the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind. Now, if you are around Creativ Rise, you've been around for a while, you know exactly what this is. You might even have been waiting like a year for 8 months for the next applications to open. If you're new here though, the 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind is something we started back in 2019 to take creatives, photographers, filmmakers, and social media managers in the wedding space and the brand space through 6 pillars over 6 weeks that are the foundational 6 pillars of building a 6-figure business. Now, here's the crazy part. In the last 6 years, our grads have made over $20 million. And we've tracked this. This is tracked revenue. They've made over $20 million. So if that doesn't get you fired up that working for yourself as a creative can actually be very prosperous, it should. So here's a couple of the brands. I'm going to read off some brands that a lot of our grads have worked with, okay? Marriott Bonvoy, North Face, Yeti, Apple, Facebook, Burton, Sony, Coors, Insta360, Mercedes-Benz, Mitsubishi, Toyota, Ford, Columbia, Heineken, Solomon, Rip Curl, Air Canada, Starbucks, Polestar, Subaru, NHL, Canon, Lululemon, the Sacramento Kings, Google, Puma, Audi, Red Bull, Lumix, West, like the list goes on.
It's a tongue twister.
The list goes on. I actually did this the other day. I took a full note. I started going through a bunch of our grads and taking note of like all the brands they've worked for. And I'm like, holy moly. Like, I feel like we have grads that have graduated from the Mastermind. Like we've pretty much covered, I feel like every brand.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's true.
If someone's like, hey, I want to pitch this brand, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like this dude who went through the Mastermind 4 weeks ago or 4 years ago, like he worked with them, or that girl is working with that entrepreneur you're wanting to be working with. So point is, we are so sold out on the idea of helping you. If you're in the brand space, work with brands. If you're in the wedding space, book out your wedding calendar. Start building a team if you want. Book out for your next year, right? Like we're so sold out on that. And the good news is round 14, where we're going to teach you the 6 pillars and help you embed them into your business. The 6 pillars of building a 6-figure business foundation is starting. Christy, what are the dates?
It is starting. So the next 6-week Creativ Rise Mastermind starts September 21st. However, you have to apply in order to potentially get a spot. So September 7th.
Christy, why is that? Why do they have to apply?
Why is that? Is because we only take 35 to maybe 37 creative businesses. And so we want to make sure that we formulate this room to be the most supportive, coolest environment ever. Because this is not just like, hey, you watch a course and that's it. This is a full-on community where you're going to receive accountability, feedback. We are going to get our hands in your business. So this is like a very interactive thing. And so we want to just protect that space and make sure everyone's ready to grow. And so whether you're just getting started or you're already at 6 figures, but you want to learn how to either scale it or make it sustainable for you, this is for you. Yeah. So applications launch September 7th. They're going to drop September 7th. However, I will say, little hint, our waitlist ends up filling most of those spots and they get early access.
Of them, yeah.
So if you want to get on the early access waitlist, go to creativrise.com right now. You can sign up. It's super easy. There's no commitment. You just sign up. You'll learn more. And you'll actually get early access, early pricing. You actually get a bonus course along with that too. In the
sales
first
call
email.
formula course, which is really cool.
Which
We're
is
going to
super
teach you
cool.
how to get better at sales calls and close more deals. So
exactly.
CreativRise.com, if you want to get on the wait list, highly suggest you do that. Also, go to CreativRise.com and read the whole website. The whole homepage is going to teach you about the Mastermind, and it's going to really show you a lot of examples of other creatives that have gone through it who might look a lot like you, and you can make a really good educated decision on if this might be something that's going to be very, very helpful for you in the pursuit of growing your business to the 6-figure mark or stabilizing past the 6-figure mark, which is cool. So September 21st it starts. Applications start on the 7th, but the waitlist sells out most of the applications and they get early access. So go to creativrise.com. We'll see you there, guys. Last thing, again, reminder, also go to creativrise.com/workshop and join us for the 10K per month creator workshop happening on September 3rd. That is going to be a blast. We're so excited. There's a bunch of fun things happening in the world of Creativ Rise right now. So hopefully this episode, guys, was so helpful for you. Hopefully it was insightful. It was inspirational, but most importantly, hopefully it exposed you to the fact that making 6 figures, doing what you love is very, very possible. And hopefully it just encouraged you to go out and get after it. So we will catch you guys on the next episode of the podcast. Thanks for being here, guys.